Day 3 of training camp, and this was a little bit different. We'll get into that. What is up, Finn fans? Day 3 of training camp. Got some news and notes. Got some on the field. Got some video footage. The NFL Network was there. So I got some videos to show you when it comes to players and Mike McDaniel talking to the NFL Network. Before we jump into all that good stuff, there's something I do want to talk about. And it's something that's been going on in the fan base for most of the offseason, even some of last season. And it's the huge disconnect, right, with it's essentially Tua, which I don't understand. But there's a huge disconnect and a huge separation in this fan base with Tua, right? And there's people that come to me on Twitter that DM me or comment below and everything that want me to choose an extreme. They want me to completely hate the guy, or they want me to completely love the guy. That is not what you get from me. The way I work and the way my process is and the way I assess players is I wait till I get all the information. I wait till I get everything, and then I make my assessment. I did the same thing with Fitzpatrick, Ryan Tannehill, Josh Rosen. At some point when we hit year 7, I noticed, look, it's just not working with Ryan Tannehill. We got to move on. Fitzpatrick, I wanted him to start. I still wanted him to play the whole year, all that stuff. Josh Rosen, I realized he didn't get a fair shot, all that stuff. That's what you get here on this channel, is fair, unbiased takes about the Miami Dolphins. I am a Miami Dolphin fan. I've been a Miami Dolphin fan for 30 years. I started this channel in 2018 before Tua was even a thought to come to this team. I've been a fan before Tua was even born. I do not dictate what I talk about around Tua Tagovailoa. Do I dispel wrong information about Tua? Yes, 100%. Again, I did that with Tannehill, I did that with Fitz, I did that with Rosen. I do that with Miami Dolphin quarterbacks. Do I notice that Tua has things he struggles with and he needs to get better with, or he's going to be gone this year? 100%. And I talk about those. I give you fair and unbiased takes. And I give you my opinions on things. Some people like them, some people don't. But here's the thing, right? If you hate Tua, but you come to me and you say, Tua's inconsistent, and I wish he threw the ball down the field more, you're not wrong. And I respect your opinion. I actually love talking to people who have the opposite opinion of me. If you come to me and say, Tua can do no wrong, I'm like, you're kind of coming off weird there. I will say this. I've already recorded my expectation video for Tua Tagovailoa, and that is going to come out on their off day, on the Dolphins' off day. So I'll have content for you even when the Dolphins don't have training camp. I think their off day is Sunday, if I'm correct. So Sunday, you're going to get that expectation video. All I'm saying is respect everyone's opinion. There's no need to hate everybody. We're all Miami Dolphin fans, and we all want to win a Super Bowl, regardless of who the quarterback is. That's my thoughts. I am a Dolphin fan first and foremost. I root for the Miami Dolphins quarterback. If Tua has a bad day at practice, I will point it out. I will talk about how he should get better, and I will move on. I'm not going to harp on it. I'm not going to beat him into the ground because it's training camp, it's practice. That's what he's there for. Will I address it while I talk about it? Yes. Is it the be-all, end-all of his career? No. I showed you and I made jokes about Deshaun Watson throwing 2 ugly interceptions with the Cleveland Browns OTA. Everyone brushes that off. Take a deep breath. We all want Tua to do better. Tua doing better is good for the team, for 1, because we win, and for 2, we get 5 draft picks in the first 3 rounds to build this offense. If Tua doesn't do well, then he's gone. And then unfortunately, we have to use those 5 picks in the first 3 rounds to get a quarterback. So can we all just take a breath, enjoy the fact that football's here, and cheer for our team and not root against the quarterback? I'm just noticing that. There's a huge disconnect. We need to come together and be Miami Dolphin fans. So again, that's what you're going to get from this channel. If you're new to the channel and you just subscribed and you're noticing, hey, I noticed that you say good things about Tua, but then you also say bad things about Tua. You're kind of a fence hopper. You tiptoe around. I'm assessing. I'm assessing what I've been given, and then I will make my decision when the time is right. And for me, it's about 5 weeks, 6 weeks into the season when I'll know, is Tua it or is Tua not it? And that's it. That's all I got to say. Let's get into camp. I got some notes. We're going to do the field work. And then we're going to do the pressers with the NFL Network. So some notes today, it was half open to the media, half closed off to the media. It was a little bit different today. Dieter was in a walking boot. He missed 9 games last year because of a foot injury, and he is in a walking boot. Miami, for the love of God and everything holy on this earth, please sign a center. I'm not saying that Connor Williams won't be a good center, but if Connor Williams goes down, who the flip is going to be behind him, because we cannot trust Dieter to stay healthy. Sign a center, please. Liam Eichenberg, rocking the orange jersey. Very happy to see that. I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for Austin Jackson. I'm rooting for Noah Igbenogany. I'm rooting for Tua Tagovailoa. I want these guys to succeed, because if they succeed, they are the future of the team, and the future of the team will be very good. Sony Michel held out today, but it was just one of those, vet maintenance program things. Butler sidelined with an undisclosed injury still, and Byron Jones and Elijah Campbell were sidelined. Now let's get into some of the on the field. Holland out jumped. I'm going to start with this. Tua throws a 45-yard pass down the field to Waddle. Holland out jumped him, intercepted the ball. Who am I applauding for? Javon Holland, top 5 corner in the NFL, safety going to be in the NFL. Very happy that he made the play. Out jumped Jalen Waddle, got the interception. Have we seen the video of the play? No. Do we know what the pass looks like? No. Am I going to assume what the pass looked like? No. It's an interception in training camp. I'm very happy for the defense for making the play. Wish Tua didn't throw an interception, but I don't know if the pass was a good one or Javon Holland just made a better play. Not assuming, nor I'm going to beat anyone down. Good play by Javon Holland. Don't know what else happened. Duke Riley intercepts a bad pass from Bridgewater. Here's the difference between that Tua one and the Bridgewater one. From what I'm hearing, there was no one in vicinity. Now, again, I haven't seen tape, but again, good on Duke Riley intercepting the ball. Teddy Bridgewater, do better next time. Same thing with Tua Tagovailoa. Do better next time. Not harping on interceptions. Braylon Sanders with a 35-yard catch from Tua. I do have the video here. I'm going to pop it up and we're going to check it out. It was a good play. Good play. I like the ball placement too. We'll watch it again. I really like the ball placement. A little dance in there. But right over the defender. Right over the defender. Right into his hand. Good play. Good play. Good pass. Love seeing it. Absolutely love seeing it. Savon Ahmed showed a good burst, getting on the outside for a nice big run. But again, the no pads. So we'll see how they do come, I think Saturday. I think tomorrow they're wearing the pads for the first day open to you guys. Howard has a pass deflection from Teddy Bridgewater. I will show you guys that one as well. This one is just a little grabby. A little grabby. It's just a good play by Xavier Howard. Dabbing up Tyreek Hill, iron sharpening iron. Got a little grabby on the back end. Probably should have, I don't know, see, I don't know the route, so I can't come on here and say, oh, he should have thrown it here, he should have thrown it there. I don't know if it was a comeback route or not. But he kind of underthrew him a little bit, and that's why X was able to get his hands on it. I'll show you where. See how he's out front, and then Tyreek is having to stop. I don't know if it was a comeback pass or not, but see how far behind X the pass is? I don't know if that was a comeback route, but I noticed he had to stop to go back to it. I don't know. Good play by X, though. Love seeing it. Tua was fine other than the interception. From what I'm hearing, 15-yard completion to Waddle, then a 10-yard completion and touchdown run to Durham Smythe. So that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing he had the one bad interception, but other than that, he was fine. He was making his passes. He was throwing the same thing. Same thing like yesterday. He had the 2 potential interceptions. Other than that, he was fine. He did really well. He was spot on with his passes. That's what I'm hearing. You guys will be there tomorrow. So tell me tomorrow. I'm very interested to see what you guys have to say tomorrow. Wilkins deflects a screen at the line of scrimmage from Tua. Fell incomplete. Wilkins Davis stuffing the run all 3 days of training camp. Absolutely love seeing it. Skylar Thompson, who bobbled snaps yesterday, did better today, hitting Dokes, Cedric Wilson Jr., and Craig Kraft on some passes. Teddy Bridgewater runs for 3 yards after Baker almost sacked him. Jenkins with a sack on Tua. Darius Hodge continues to impress, which I'm very happy to hear. I like hearing these, unsung heroes making their thing. I don't even know what I'm saying. Waddle hit Holland with a comeback route. So Jalen Waddle runs up, boom, hits him with a comeback route. But Holland played it perfectly. Plants his foot, dives on the pass breaks it up. Again, I'm hearing very good things from Javon Holland. That's why the interception on Tua makes me happy. Trill Williams had another good day. He's another guy. Potential. Again, we want Noah to succeed, because if Noah succeeds and if Trill Williams continues to play really well, then all of a sudden we have those 5 picks that don't need to be replacements for X and Byron. But Trill Williams keeps having a great day. Robert Hunt moving very well. Everything looks easy for Teron Armstead. I'm hearing he's doing very well. Haven't seen a lot of open receivers deep, and that is a huge reason because of Javon Holland. I have one more video I want to show you, and this is a pass from Teddy Bridgewater to Craig Kraft. Nice little touch pass. Little tappity-do. Still got it in. I'm liking it. It's a good play. Got it out in front of the defender. Tapped it to himself. Good play. One last thing I'll talk about before we get into these pressers is I'm hearing good things about Liam Eichenberg. He said that he came in, he put on a few extra pounds to help play left guard. I'm hearing he's doing very well at left guard, hence him rocking the orange jersey. That's very good. And then on the flip, I'm hearing Austin Jackson has shed a few pounds, getting more agile, more sleek, stronger to play that right tackle position. I'm hearing these 2 guys are doing very well. If you notice, you're not hearing Liam Eichenberg getting beat or Austin Jackson getting beat. If you don't hear the names of the offensive linemen during camp, that means they're doing well. That's why if you noticed yesterday, I was talking about Greg Little getting beat by a lot of guys. That's not good. This is a good thing. This is a very, very good thing. So now let's get into these pressers. This is Mike McDaniel with the NFL Network.
There is some energy and enthusiasm at Miami Dolphins camp, and a lot of it is due to this man here, first-year head coach Mike McDaniel, giving us some time. Appreciate you, Coach. Thank you.
Appreciate being here.
What are you trying to establish in the first week of your first training camp as Dolphins head coach?
You're trying to establish a culture of how you go about things that has nothing to do with results, more about process.
Okay.
So you want your team, us specifically, we really focus on the fact that we're trying to steal game reps every day. You're trying to manufacture stuff that is as game-like as possible. In doing that, you kind of have to cut down the reps for guys to play as fast. So every rep is important, but I'm not really even concerned with the result. You're really trying to get guys put in positions where they have success, and then what do they do with that? Or maybe they have some adversity. That's one thing that we're really trying to focus on, is how to handle that, because we know that's coming fast and furious.
For sure. Coach, when you talk about
prime example, the interceptions from our quarterbacks today, the interceptions from our quarterback yesterday from Bridgewater, and potential from Tua. How do you address that? How do you bounce back from that? Do you make the plays? Do you get better from that? Very interesting there. And also, like he said, the practices are cut down. So it's like fast-paced moving, trying to get that tempo going. Very interesting to see how this translates to the regular season.
Culture, a lot of players are talking about the atmosphere is different. They're having fun. There's some outspoken players on the team, and you welcome that. As long as guys go to work, do what they're supposed to do, you want guys to be themselves, but you also want to instill all the things you talked about the work ethic and all that. Talk about how the atmosphere is also changing and guys are buying into what you're trying to push.
That's always been something, it was more theoretical until this year, but it was always something I really believed in. Because, as I explained to the team, like, if you're spending time thinking about how someone else wants you to act, I think that you're minimizing your ultimate potential in some way, shape, or form. That's an opportunity cost that over time really compounds itself. So, you know, you want to instill an atmosphere where people are comfortable to be themselves, but you also have to let them know that, hey, I'm very aware of the vulnerability that makes you. You can be a little too loose. You can be not on the detail, and that's, you know, don't punish the whole system, you know,
Right.
by slapping around. So it's something cool that I think
Pinholing people, essentially.
You know, it wasn't something by happenstance. It's definitely
putting them into a category or this isn't them. Kind of like, and I'm not knocking it, but kind of like when players go to the Patriots, right? They act a certain way, regardless if it's good or bad. But then once they go to the Patriots, they have to act the Patriots way. You know, do this.
definitely not trying to just be happy-go-lucky, because at the end of the day in football, you're trying to you have to pay the piper at some point. It's black and white. You're winning or losing. But it more comes from the idea that you want all your focus to be on how good you can be, what your job is, and what you do moving forward in a deliberate fashion that helps yourself and the team.
Let's talk about Tua Tagovailoa. Your quarterback, going into his third year, has had moments where he's flashed brilliantly. He's had some times where it seems like there's room for improvement as well.
Inconsistency. I've said this time and time again. Wait till you see my expectation video.
The media and the fans outside looking in are saying, oh, there's all sorts of pressure on Tua this year with the weapons that you guys have put in place around him. Where are you at with Tua in this training camp going into a season where you're trying to pursue championships?
It's, you know, his job as the quarterback is to distribute the football. So it's how can you do that in a timely fashion to what the defense presents itself. And I think that's what he's very adept at, seeing the defense, being accurate with ball placement. And so it's important for everyone to see how they fit together in football to me. And you don't there's not one person that has to do X, Y, or Z. But I think there's a lot of talented players that are working to be a big piece of this team, and his job is to lead them by commanding the huddle and getting the ball to whoever the defense dictates within the offensive scheme.
You like what you see so far?
Definitely. It's what I've really liked. One of my favorite parts of camp have been on two occasions. He had a play that was he misread something one time, and then he had a throw that was, you know, he's a perfectionist with his accuracy. My favorite part was the next play after both situations. He, in rhythm, did his play fake, came to the back of the pocket, and ripped it to a completion to the primary and number 2 on one occasion. So that to me is playing quarterback in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Coach, I'm a big fan, and I'm reading between the lines, and you're saying what the defense dictates. Now, I say a big fan because you are one of the most amazing run.
That's what I like to hear, is him bounce back. We've seen him consistently bounce back, whether it was the Patriots game his rookie year, whether it was the Falcons game this year. He always bounces back. And even what McGahee, Jesus, was just about to say, dictate what the defense. You saw that day one when he threw that pass to Tyreek Hill. He said he saw man on man. He saw that they tried to shift it his way. Saw that Tyreek Hill was going to be open, toss it to him.
Run coordinators. You were run coordinator in San Fran for 4 years before you became the OC. Talk about the physical presence you're going to bring in the trenches with the running game. You brought in 3 running backs. So we talk about pressure on Tua. You're going to take some of that pressure off in the running game. And secondly, who's going to be the Trent Williams of this offense? Who's going to be the pulling tackle and the big guy coming across the line?
You know, I don't. Sorry, the last question just got me really distracted. And I'm not going to sit there. If you have me picking out one guy on the offensive line the way they are, they're going to be salty for the next week. So, you know, I think it's important.
What's those rushing yards per game?
In the game of football, pass rushers are too good. You know, that if you ever become one-dimensional or you're in known passing situations, it's yikes. Negative plays, sacks, turnovers, all of those things. So it's very important to keep the defense honest. You know, we have like 2 things that are a steadfast advantage over defenses. We know the snap count, and we know what the play is. Okay, so being able to set and establish the line of scrimmage is something we talk about a ton, something that we meet on as a group and really as a team, try to show us the intent of the offense and the intent of the defense. Bottom line is you have the opportunity to dictate the terms on offense, and so we're trying to best do that by attacking players across the line of scrimmage as best we can.
So in so many words, you're going to get after the defense's asses in the run game.
You know what? Maybe you should be my speechwriter, or just, you know. No.
Read between the lines. I know what you're saying.
The beautiful thing about that is just like the beautiful thing about football. It takes so many people to do their jobs well for things to work out. That's why I've always really loved it, and it's one of the reasons I've really loved defense and hated playing against you.
Very insightful. Loved what he had to say. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Now I'm going to go to some player press conferences. I have some here from Tyreek Hill. We're going to do Tyreek Hill and Javon Holland, and then we'll get to Tua Tagovailoa, and then we'll get to Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
A lot of people think that this is what's going to try and bring you guys home. Xavier Howard, one of the best defensive backs in the league, and Javon Holland, excellent second-year safety, joining us right now. Gentlemen, thanks for a minute. Appreciate you.
Thank you absolutely. Thanks for having us.
It's tough to get a Trojan and a Duck next to each other, but we gonna make it happen. One of the best safeties in the game. I love your game. I love your versatility. I love what you bring to this defense, Xavier. You've been shutting stuff down, man, for years now. When you look at the production you guys had last year, what you guys did over the last 9 games, giving up 15 points, you bring back Josh Boyer as your defensive coordinator. Has much changed, or you guys keeping some of the same foundational pieces and you just adding little tweaks and wrinkles here and there?
Yeah, we definitely adding a little bit more pieces to it. But, you know, with the defense I feel like we got, and just bringing them back and get that get everybody back together, man, that's a big part for the defense.
Yeah, you talk about continuity and consistency. It's hard with free agency and guys moving around to bring the core group back.
Same defense.
But if your offense, which is potent now, I mean, you talk about bringing pieces in. If they score a lot of points, it's going to look a little bit different on defense.
Right, man. That's exactly what we need, man. You know, both sides work together. You know, I feel like the sky's the limit for this
Xavier,
team.
hold up just a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
The sky's the limit for this team this year.
Folks hear you.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about facing your offense on the field. There is 4.
Just so you know, the guy on your left, you see how he has an earpiece in? That's the producer. So the producer said, "Can you do me a favor and tell X to just lift the mic a little bit? I can't really hear him," because they were boosting the audio on his mic. And that's why you could hear them hitting the pads in the background, because they had to boost his audio on his mic to pick up his voice. So they chimed into him and asking him to lift up his mic.
2 speed on either side when you guys are looking at your opposing offense. I assume when you go 1-on-1s, what's it going to be like for iron to sharpen iron here in training camp 2022?
I mean, it's awesome out here. You know, it's electric. It makes the defense stand on our toes a little bit more. You know, we're locked in every day. We come into practice knowing that the offense is going to give us our best, and they're the fastest offense in the league. So it's a
fastest offense in the league. For sure.
Without a doubt.
Okay.
You know, we got a lot of firepower on offense, and it helps us develop as a defense even more. So
is Tyreek really all that? You've seen him now up close.
Most definitely, man. I've been seeing that guy since college.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm used to the speed, yeah, man, and he brings a lot to this offense.
Tyreek Hill, Cedric Wilson, Waddle, all those guys are fast. Talk about your head coach, man. You got a new head coach, Mike McDaniel. You talk about the energy. He's a little different than other head coaches. He wants you guys to be yourself. It's competition and all those other things, but he's teaching the game a little bit different, and you guys are buying in and having fun with it.
Right, most definitely, man. Like you said, with the energy, that's what it's all about. You know, I feel like it's trickled down. We see the head coach giving energy and make the players want to even work even more harder for the guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, you know, in the locker room, a lot of guys, we're here and we want to play. We want to play for Coach McDaniel, and we're motivated. And we come out every day, you know, with energy on the field, because we want to show them that, you know, we're giving it our best and we're trying to get better every day.
a lot of people are talking about the AFC East, and everybody talk about Buffalo Bills, but I said that this team is the dark horse because I know how it goes. When you're the underdog and people don't talk about you as much,
All right,
and
Willie.
you know all the other things that go on with Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills close to getting the AFC and winning and going to the Super Bowl. But I'm saying you guys are the dark horses. How do you guys? How optimistic are you guys? I know it starts with division and all those different things, but where this team can go and what you guys can be.
Well, I'd say we're under a lot of pressure. You know, we got a lot of people that came in this offseason, and we have a lot of firepower, like we said previously. But I think pressure makes diamonds. You know what I mean? And the more pressure that we're under, the more that we have to overcome. The cream rises to the top. So with that, I just feel like it gives us an opportunity to prove ourselves, and that's exactly what we want.
You guys are two of the defensive leaders, and defensive backfield is probably the strongest unit, at least on paper, that we see on this roster. Can you give me someone who plays in front of you, maybe in the front seven on the defense, that could be a breakout star that everyone across the country will be talking about?
Christian Wilkins.
Wilkins.
Yes.
Okay.
Former first-round pick.
We just talked about him.
Christian
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, Christian tied. Last year he tied the NFL for the most tackles as a defensive tackle last year. So, he's on the verge of being that guy. Definitely.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I gotta bring it down. We got such a good defense. We just gotta stick together. And we just gotta play hard. We just gotta do it. Let's hear what Tua has to say. I'm just getting pumped.
I will say this in your defense: in the last couple of years, you've only started 21 games. So we talked 2 years in production, and a lot of quarterbacks get 4 to 5 years. And I've watched you since Elite 11, since you was coming through the opening. So I know what you can do. In this offense, it's different. Mike is going to scheme different. The run game is going to be potent. You guys brought in 3 running backs. When you look at last year compared to now and all the different things and how you're going to put a lot of pressure on the defense and create mismatches, what's exciting now going forward than before it was a little different?
Yeah, I think this year what makes it a lot more exciting is we have a lot of things that look very similar. With our run games, with our action games, and it puts a lot of stress on the defense, I think, the second level guys. And then that puts a lot of stress on the third level guys because now they got to cover more room, more ground, and it helps that we have speed in the back end with, Tyreek, Jalen, we got Sed, we got our running backs, we got Chase Edmonds, Raheem Mostert, so it's not easy covering, fast guys. And we got more than one. So,
but you know about Jalen's speed because you and he linked up for over 100 catches in his rookie year, which was spectacular, even factoring in the 17th additional game. But these are your first days and your first training camp practices with the Cheetah. Tyreek Hill, has he done something yet that you've already said, oh, yeah, that's why we paid him this money. That's why we gave up 5 draft picks for him. That's why he's one of the elite playmakers in this game?
Yeah, well, I would say it was probably before, our first couple of days of just training camp.
Okay.
OTAs, starting in OTAs, just being able to throw to him. And then when we had, mini camp, just him showing off his speed.
Travis Wingfield was saying you guys are going to be – whoever's going to camp tomorrow, you guys are really going to see what Tyreek Hill can do this year. I'm excited for you guys to see that, whoever's going to camp tomorrow, because I'm hearing really good things.
It's ridiculous. You see it on TV and then seeing it in person, he's a lot faster than I thought I could perceive.
By the way, the man has hands and coordination, too. I think I mentioned this. I didn't know that our cameras caught it, but shout out to Andy Kay and our excellent staff right here for catching this. This was earlier in practice. I don't know if it was you throwing the ball or whatever, but Tyreek goes down, gets up, and makes the catch.
Oh, that wasn't me throwing it. I didn't see that.
Let's loop it here. I don't know if we can run that back and see it again. I couldn't tell if it was a purposeful somersault and he was just showing off, but he hops back up and makes the catch. The dude is he's a jungle cat. One more time on it here. So he's coming off the line. I don't know what route he's attempting to run.
Oh, man.
And still tracks the football.
Yeah, that's crazy. We got to stay on our feet on that,
regular
though.
season.
We got to stay on our feet on that.
That's a coach right there. He's not looking at all the great things that happen in the play. He's making sure what needs to happen. He needs to stay on.
Yeah, he needs to stay on his feet.
Social media. But week one.
No. Yeah. We don't want any of that.
Do a cartwheel or backflip across the formation to get everybody's attention, and then start to run his route or do something exceptional like that. Tua, I know people are talking about pressure and all those different things, but, you know, you guys got a really good team. You brought in a lot of pieces. The offensive tackle you guys brought in pieces on defense, a whole new system. Looking at the division now, the Buffalo Bills, you got the Patriots, of course, and the Jets. I have already went out on a limb and said you guys are the dark horse in the AFC, one of the dark horses in the AFC. What's the optimism and the outlook here as players, and how excited are you guys to get started?
I think we're very optimistic this year.
We get it. We haven't won a playoff.
And I think it starts with the locker room. I think Mike has done an amazing job getting all the right pieces and personalities, not just guys that are good on the field, but guys that are, you know, great people off the field as well. I mean, everyone meshes well together, and, you know, I would say this year, out of, you know, the 2 years that I've been here in this organization, you know, we spend a lot more time, you know, with guys off the field.
That's important. The camaraderie is, we're just talking about that, is super important.
Yeah, and we spend so much more time, you know, whether it's going to get something to eat or everyone coming over to my house for a barbecue or going over to Tyreek's house to get in his studio and rap or something. You know, like I've never been around something like that. And I think it's super cool. And the guys can feel that there's a change within the organization.
And now we got Tyreek and Waddle. They only got 2 clips for about a minute, so we'll see what they have to say.
You have had some glowing things to say in your short time as a Miami Dolphin here, particularly about your quarterback. Oh, yeah. Now, you know I'm going to ask you about this. So you have been quoted as saying that Tua is the most accurate quarterback that you've played with, or the most accurate quarterback in the NFL, which, of course, you came from Patrick Mahomes, a former MVP and Super Bowl champion. In front of a national TV audience, what would you like to clarify about your statements about Tua, your quarterback?
I mean, I done said what I had. I done said what needed to be said, man. 1-5 is a GOAT with it himself, just like you say. He was the MVP. I still feel like he is the MVP. You know, he going to continue doing this thing. He's going to continue to blossom and grow as a player.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, 1-5. But I feel like going into the direction that I'm trying to go to, I'm an older, savvy guy. You know, been in this league for a minute now. I've seen what Tua can do. He's very accurate, and I mean that, man, and I'm going to stand by my word.
There are only 8 players in the NFL, the entire NFL out of 1,700 players. 8 players in the NFL with 97 speed or better in the Madden video game. These are 2 of them right here. And this is the only 99 speed.
I should be 100, though.
In the game.
We was talking about that. What if somebody did have 100?
If Devin Hester got 100 on, like, 2007, I'm supposed to get 100, bro.
Wait, you keep tabs on the video games. Who had what score when?
Come on, man. Of course, I used to play Madden golf growing up.
Okay.
So I want to be 100, too.
I love what I'm hearing, especially from the defense, from Tua. Wide receivers, we didn't get much from Waddle and Tyreek Hill. It was kind of more. It wasn't much. They gave us about a minute each, but I'm really liking what I'm hearing from the defense, how it's the same thing, but they're adding little pieces here and there, how they're talking about the offense. I'm really liking this. And again, you guys know my motto. I'd rather be surprised than let down. So I'm not sitting here saying Super Bowl, AFC's championships, we're going to be the best team in all of football, blah, blah, blah. But it does get you excited. It does get you jazzed up for August 13th when we get to see them play. Finally. It's a preseason game, so it's not going to be too crazy, but very excited. But comment below. Let me know what you guys think of training camp. Tomorrow is open to the fans for the first time. Again, I think I get full play-by-play, so you're going to get a longer video with more play-by-plays tomorrow. But comment below. Let me know what you guys think. And then I think Sunday they have off, and that's when my Tua expectation video is coming out. Other than that, like usual, stay classy. If it's up.